Hi kabayan! Welcome po ulit sa ating channel, ang Buhay at Payo ng OFW. Kabayan, ang video na ito ay bahagi ng ating PR application series. At quick disclaimer lang po, hindi po ako immigration consultant or immigration lawyer. Based po from personal experience ang isi-share natin. Kaya please do your own research and due diligence at i-verify pa rin lahat sa IRCC website. Tutuloy natin ang ating PR discussion at ang unang-una niyong dapat gawin ay mag-log back in sa ating permanent residence portal na nakikita natin sa ating screen. Siguraduhin lang na alam niyo ang inyong username or email address and password. Once nakalogin na kayo sa inyong permanent residence portal, dumiretso po tayo dito sa PDF forms for your immigration program. At ang focus natin sa ating video today is ang IMM 5532 or yung Relationship Information and Sponsorship Evaluation Form. And makikita nyo dito yung download para makuha nyo yung form and then makada-download nyo yung PDF form na i-fill out natin. Ito na yung form, yung tinatawag nating IMM 5532 once ma-download niya. Meron siyang 8 pages. I-scroll down natin. At kung mapapansin nyo, meron siyang black na rectangles or cover sa mga ilang text dahil gusto nating i-protect yung security ng aming information. And most likely, ito rin din yung mga parts na usually i-fill out nyo once kayo na yung mag-fill out ng form na ito. Itong IMM 5532 ginagamit ng IRCC para ma-check kung genuine or tunay yung relationship nyo ng sponsor at ng principal applicant. And ito yung isa sa mga primary documents sa spousal sponsorship application. Dito nyo ikukwento yung history ng inyong relationship at magbibigay ng information tungkol sa inyong pagsasama. Short break lamang po mga kabayan. Muli po ay nanghihingi kami ng suporta na bisitahin ang aming online t-shirt store, ang printquest.redbubble.com. Available po ito sa different styles, colors, and sizes at nagsiship din po kami internationally kagaya ng US, Canada, and of course, Philippines. Iscan nyo lang po ang QR code sa inyong screen or bisitahin ang aming website at printquest.redbubble.com. Balik na po tayo sa ating video. Ito po yung Form IMM 5532. Again, meron siyang 8 pages. Mag-uusapan natin yung bawat pages. Though, from time to time, may mga information na self-explanatory, so hindi na natin siya tututukan. And magbibigay po tayo ng tips as much as we can nung nag-fill out po ako ng information for this form. And since medyo maliit yung page, kailangan po natin siyang i-zoom in. But it's the same thing. I-zoom in lang natin siya para mas makita nyo ng malinaw sa screen nyo. Pwede nyo rin siyang i-pause kung gusto nyong mas malinawan kung ano yung mga information na kailangan nyong ilagay and para ma-ready nyo rin siya bago kayo mag-fill out. Medyo maliit yung information na nakikita natin sa screen so kailangan nating i-zoom in. And huwag kayo magtataka kung medyo magkaiba yung UI or user interface natin kasi currently naka-Adobe Pro ito pero trial version lang. But kung meron kayong Adobe na free, pwede nyo pa rin i-fill out yung form. Kaya huwag kayong mag-alala. I-zoom in lang natin siya para mas malaki yung information na makikita natin. And let's zoom in. Ito yung page 1. And again, ang title ng form is Relationship Information and Sponsorship Evaluation. Sa first part, sa taas, kailangan i-input nyo yung details or personal information ng sponsor at principal applicant. Enter nyo pareho yung family name nila, their given name, date of birth, and sa client ID kung hindi nyo alam, pwede nyo i-leave as blank kagaya namin. Then, scroll down natin ng konti. We'll check na yung kasunod, itong Part A, Sponsorship Evaluation and Information about the Sponsor to be filled out by sponsor. And ang sponsor nyo ang mag-fill out ng part na ito, ng Part A. And dito, kailangan mag-start si sponsor sa current employer. Ito yung kanyang employment history. So from the most current employer, if applicable, give details of all employers you have worked for over the past 5 years. Make sure there are no gaps. If you were unemployed, explain how you supported yourself. If you were self-employed, write the name of your business and the date it was established. Use the gross amount, ibig sabihin before tax, for your monthly salary or income. So meron siyang columns dito or table. Makikita nyo dito yung dates from to. So, i-follow niyo yung format, year and month. And then, give name, complete address, and telephone number for each employer. And then, occupation or your position or yung job role nyo. And then, the monthly gross salary or income. I-complete siya ng sponsor. Then, scroll down ulit natin siya. Dito naman tayo sa number 2. Other sponsorships. Ito pa rin ay tanong para sa sponsor. So, have you sponsored in the past or are you currently sponsoring any other members of your family in different application? And kung no, pupunta na kayo sa question number 3. Kung yes naman yung sagot, kailangan magbigay ng details sa table below. Tingnan natin yung table. So, list all people included in past undertakings or sponsorships you signed as a sponsor or co-signer. Includes people who are not permanent residents yet. So, meron tayong table, family name, given name, date of birth, indicate if sponsor or co-signer. Sa aming case, no ang sagot namin, kaya pupunta na kami sa number 3. Kung ang sagot nyo yes, i-fill out nyo or kompletuhin nyo yung table na ito. And then next, scroll down natin. Dito na tayo sa page 2. Other financially dependent people. Dito naman sa page 2, give details of any other person who is financially dependent on you, whether they are living with you or not, and who is not already listed in the tables above. Include previous spouses or partners and any children from past relationships. So, tanong pa rin to sa sponsor kung meron pa bang ibang dependent sa kanya financially na hindi kasama sa nailista dito sa table na nauna. Ilalagay niya dito, kailangan ibigay yung family name or yung last name, given name, and date of birth. And then scroll down ulit natin sa page 2 pa rin. Level of education. Kailangan i-fill out ni sponsor kung ano yung highest level of education niya na na-complete niya. So, depende. Lagay yung kung elementary or primary school, numbers of years, secondary, college, postgraduate. Ilalagay yung checkmark and then ilalagay yung kung ilang years yung completed. And then, number 5 na question for the sponsor, address history. List all addresses where you have lived in the past 5 years. Do not use P.O. Box addresses. So, lahat lang ng physical address, wag P.O. Box. So, ilagay yung date, ang format is year and month, up to kung kailan, in the past 5 years, sa loob ng 5 taon. Ilalagay yung street and number, city or town, province, state or district, postal code or zip code, and then country. Number 6, tanong pa rin kay sponsor. Do you live in Canada now? Kung ang sagot niya yes, go to question 7. At kung hindi naman nakatira si sponsor, kailangan nating ilagay yung when did you last live in Canada? When do you plan to return to Canada to resume residence? Where do you plan to live when you return to Canada? Para pa rin kay sponsor, kailangan niyang declare yung previous relationships dito sa number 7. Ang question is, have you ever been married or in a common law relationship with another person? That means kung you have been in a common law relationship if you previously lived together with a partner in a committed and marriage-like relationship for a period of 1 year or more. Kung wala namang previous relationship, i-check yung no. Pero kung meron, i-check niyo yung yes at kailangan yung magbigay ng details sa table below. Ilalagay yung date of birth, family name, given name, length of relationship, and kung divorce kayo or separated, kailan. So, ilalagay ni sponsor dito yung kanyang previous relationship. And then, number 8, galing pa rin kay sponsor, consent to disclose. If there is an investigation into marriage fraud about you, do you consent to Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada and the Canada Border Services Agency releasing the results to your spouse or partner? So, ang nilagay namin is yes. Kasi, mas maganda na yes, ibig sabihin ma-honest ka sa mga information na nilalagay mo dito. Ibig sabihin yung information is genuine. So, wala kang kailangang itago sa iyong current spouse or partner. And it says here, my consent will stay valid until I revoke consent in writing to Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada or IRCC. So, for example, gusto mo nang i-stop yung consent mo, kailangan mong sumulat sa IRCC to revoke yung consent na binigay mo sa kanila. And then, lastly, for the sponsor, kailangang i-declare or magkaroon ng declaration of sponsor by signature. Ay, nakalagay dito, I declare that the information I have given is truthful, kagaya ng sabi natin kanina, complete and correct. So, maglalagay ng signature si sponsor dito and kung kailan niya pinirmahan. Sa pirma, ang ginawa namin ay tinype lang ni sponsor ang kanyang complete name using a blue font color. Type lang, hindi kami nag-upload ng digital signature or hindi namin print yung PDF form para pirmahan. So, tinype lang directly sa form in blue font color na text and then yun na yung signature niya and ilalagay niyo again yung date kung kailan pinirmahan. By the way, nasa page 3 na tayo out of 8 pages ng form na ito. And that's for the sponsor. At pupunta naman tayo ngayon sa part B. Ito naman yung information about the principal applicant to be filled out by the principal applicant. Kung ikaw na nanonood sa video na ito, ikaw yung principal applicant, ito na yung part ng form na ito na ikaw yung mismong mag-fill out. Sa number 1, ang part B, before this relationship, was your sponsor related to you in any way? Example, your sponsor was related to a member of your family, your sponsor's family member was related to you, or a member of your family. So, kung sakaling malayo kayo magkamag-anak or may relationship kayo as a family, kailangan nyo siyang i-declare. So, sa amin wala naman, totally hindi kami magkamag-anak, especially I'm from the Philippines at siya ay dito sa Canada. So, medyo malayong-malayo yung possibility na maging magkamag-anak or meron kaming relation as a family. Pero kung meron naman sa inyo, ilagay yung yes. And kung yes ang sagot nyo, give their names in relationship to you or your sponsor as applicable, including previous in-laws or spouse, etc. So, ilalagay niyo yung family name or last name, given name, date of birth, following this format, at kung ano yung relationship niyo. Scroll down natin. Ito na yung part B, number 2. Do you have any relatives, including aunts, uncles, cousins, etc., living in Canada? So, kung meron kayong kamag-anak na nakatira na dito sa Canada. If yes, give their full name or names, address or addresses, and relationship to you. You do not have to list family members listed on the Additional Family Information Form IMM 5406. Kung nailagay nyo na yung family member nyo sa IMM 5406, hindi nyo na siya kailangang ilagay dito. At kung nagtatanong kayo kung ano yung IMM 5406, meron tayong separate video for that. Ilalagay natin sa description below yung link para ma-check nyo. And kung meron, other than your immediate family na nilagay nyo na sa IMM 5406, kailangan yung i-fill out yung table na to. Ilagay nyo yung family name or last name, given name, date of birth, place of birth, marital status, your relationship, and their current address. And then next, number 3, para sa applicant ulit, have you ever been married or in a common law relationship with another person? So, scroll down muna natin. Okay. So, you have been in a common law relationship if you previously lived together with a partner in a committed and marriage-like relationship for a period of 1 year or more. So, kagaya ng sponsor, kailangan nyo ring i-declare yung previous relationship nyo. And ang previous relationship na kailangan nyo i-declare is kung nagsama kayo like a married couple kahit hindi kayo kasal for 1 year or more. And kung hindi, i-check nyo lang yung no, tick box dito. Kung meron, lagay nyo yung check mark sa yes at kailangan nyo magbigay ng details about your previous spouse and partner in the table below. So, i-fill out nyo lang ulit yung date of birth, family name, given name, length of relationship, date of divorce or death or separation. Scroll down natin and nasa page 4 na tayo, page 4 of 8. Ito is number 4, again, for the principal applicant. Kagaya ng sa sponsor, kailangan nyo ng consent to disclose. If there is an investigation into marriage fraud about you, do you consent to Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada and the Canada Border Services Agency releasing the results to your spouse or partner? So, i-check nyo lang if yes or no. And my consent will stay valid until I revoke consent in writing to Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada. And then again, the same, declaration of applicant, and then kailangan nyo ng pirma nyo as a principal applicant and kung kailan kayo nag-sign. Again, ang ginawa namin, tinype lang namin ang buong pangalan namin dito using a blue font color. Hindi na namin siya print at pinirmahan at hindi na rin kami nag-upload ng digital signature. Tinype lang namin yung pangalan namin. Yun yung ginawa namin as advice ng aming consultant na tumulong sa amin sa pag-a-apply ng PR. Scroll down natin siya ulit. And ang next page na natin is yung page 5 out of 8 pages. Nandito na tayo sa part C, information about relationship to be filled out by the sponsor and the principal applicant. So pareho nyo nang kailangang i-fill out to kasi ang part na to is about your relationship. Kung paano kayo nagkakilala, ano yung story nyo. So, ang pinaka-importanting kailangan yung tandaan dito is kailangan consistent kayo sa information na nilalagay nyo dito compared sa nilagay yung information sa ibang forms. So, going back sa part C, number 1, ito yung mga questions. Pwede nyo i-pause, i-screenshot para alam nyo kung ano yung information na kailangan yung i-double check at bumalik dito para mag-fill out ng Form IMM 5532. When was the first time you met in person? Ilalagay niyo yung date, exact date. Where, kung saan. Describe the circumstances of your first meeting. Did anyone introduce you? And kung meron, sino? Kailangan yung pangalan. And did you have any contact before you met in person? Yes or no? And kung yes, kailangan yung ibigay yung details Who initiated the first contact, date of first contact, was it by phone, letter, email, social media, etc. Next question. Number 3, are you living together? Yes or no? If yes, how long have you been cohabiting or living together? Give the period you have been living together after your conjugal relationship started. Ang meaning ng conjugal relationship, if you are committed and mutually interdependent relationship of some permanence where a couple has combined their affairs to the extent possible, like marriage, like kasal na kayo. So, i-explain niyo siya dito. If no, explain why not. If you have lived together in the past, list when and where you live together. If either of you are living with someone else, include their name and their relationship in the explanation. And then scroll down natin. Ang number 4 question, if you are not living together, have you visited each other during your relationship? Yes or no? If no, explain why not. I think itong ganitong question is if may mga pagkakataon na malayo kayo sa isa't isa, like for example, nasa Canada si partner mo, ikaw nasa Philippines. So, kailangan yung ipaliwanag siya dito. So, itong form na to talagang bubusisiin kung paano tumakbo yung relationship nyo from the beginning until present. Kung yes naman ang sagot nyo sa tanong na if you are not living together, have you visited each other during your relationship, kailangan nyo sagutan yung table na ito. Lagay nyo yung dates, who traveled to visit whom, did you stay together at the same location, kailangan nyo sagutan yes or no, and where did you stay. And scroll down natin. Ngayon ay nasa page 6 of 8 na tayo. Number 5 question, what language do you use when communicating with each other? Kayo ng partner mo. Kayo ng sponsor at ng principal applicant, ano yung language na ginagamit nyo? And how do you often communicate when you are not together and how? So kung hindi kayo magkasama, anong ginagamit yung means of communication? Nagte-text, tawag, video call, or chat through social media, kailangan yung i-explain dito. And number 7, do your close friends, family, and children know about your relationship? Yes or no? Marami bang kapamilya nyo or kamag-anak nyo, kaibigan, or kung meron kayong anak, alam ba yung relationship nyo? So, piliin nyo lang kung yung appropriate sa inyo, sa situation nyo, kung yes or no. At kung hindi, ipapaliwanag nyo bakit hindi alam ng family or hindi alam ng close friends nyo or ng anak nyo yung relationship nyo. Ilalagay nyo siya dito. And kung alam naman ng inyong members of family or ng inyong kaibigan or anak, kailangan yung i-detail dito sa baba sa table. Ilalagay nyo yung family name, given name, and ano yung relationship sa principal, kung related ba siya sa sponsor or sa applicant, and kung hindi siya related, ilalagay nyo no. And ano yung relationship, halimbawa sa case namin, nilagay namin yung mother ng aking asawa, which is yun yung sponsor, at yung parents ko rin, alam nila, and ako yung applicant. And dito naman, friend. And kailangan ilagay nyo rin kung kailan na-meet ng sponsor or applicant yung kamag-anak nyo or kapamilya ng bawat isa, kailangan specific yung date dito. Number 8, if you are married, answer A below. If not, go to question 9. Actually, both questions is asking for any ceremony. Ang difference lang is yung letter A is specifically asking if the marriage is arranged. So, depende sa situation nyo kung yes or no. Kung arranged marriage kayo, kailangan yung mag-provide ng details dito sa field na ito. Describe how the marriage was arranged, by whom, when, and where. And then, puntahan natin yung next question, number 9. Were the formal ceremonies or events to recognize or celebrate your relationship? Basahin natin yung mga example dito. And kung meron, i-click nyo yung yes. At kung wala naman, i-click nyo yung no. At kung wala kayong ceremony, kailangan nyo ipaliwanag kung bakit. Ilagay nyo dito sa field na ito. At kung meron, kailangan nyo mag-provide ng more details. If yes, give details below. Ilalagay niyo yung date ng ceremony nyo, description of ceremony or event, location, kung ilan yung guest nyo, who performed the ceremony if applicable. And kung babalikan natin, ang ceremony is pwedeng engagement ceremony, traditional or customary marriage ceremony, pwedeng yung kasal sa pare or sa officiant, commitment ceremony, partnership ceremony, reception, honeymoon, etc. So, any ceremonies na meron kayong ginawa ni partner or ng inyong sponsor, ilalagay nyo siya dito at kailangan nyo maging detailed. And kaya importante na alam niyo yung information bago kayo mag-fill out para maging consistent at tama lahat ng information na ilalagay niyo dito. And after that, kailangan niyo ring sagutan yung mga tanong na to. Did any of the following people go to any of the events above? So basahin niyo yung mga people na nandito and i-check niyo yung either yes or no. So yung mga people na tinatanong nila, principal applicants' parents. So sa case ko, parents ko. Principal applicants' children if applicable. So sa akin, hindi siya applicable dahil wala akong anak. So, hindi ko siya nilagyan. It's neither yes or no kasi not applicable. And then principal applicants, other family members or relatives, so no. Sponsor parents, yes. Sponsors children, not applicable din kaya wala kaming nilagay dito. Sponsors other family members or relatives. And ilalagay natin is yes. So, depende kung ano yung nangyari no during the ceremony nyo. Yun yung ilalagay nyo dito and you need to be honest. Next part is itong box na to. If any of the people listed above did not participate, explain why. Mapapansin natin na dito meron akong mga no. Halimbawa, principal applicants' parents, nilagay ko no. So, kailangan kong ipaliwanag bakit hindi naka-attend yung parents ko sa aming kasal. At sa aking case, dahil nga nasa Pilipinas sila, hindi sila nakapunta dito sa Canada during the ceremony. Kailangan ko i-explain in detail dito, maliwanag, in English or French, dito sa field na ito. Depende sa inyo kung ano yung means of communication na gusto niyang gamitin dito sa form na to. Kailangan niyo ipaliwanag sa IRCC bakit hindi nakapunta yung mga nakalagay dito ang kamag-anak niyo. Okay? And then next, number 10, are either of you pregnant? So, kailangan nyo ilagay kung yes or no. If yes, what is the due date? Kailangan ilagay yung year, month, and date. Next box, is there more information you wish to share to support your relationship? Dito, nilagay namin yung more details about sa kung paano kami nagkita, at kung kailan kami nag-start magsama sa isang bahay as a married couple. Dito namin nilagay lahat. At kung sa tingin nyo na makakatulong para mapatibay pa yung relationship nyo, ma-prove yung relationship nyo as a couple or as a married couple, ilagay nyo siya dito. Explain yung mabuti yung takbo ng relationship nyo at para mapatunayan nyo na genuine yung relationship nyo, ilagay nyo siya dito. And then next, dito sa number 12, declaration of sponsor and declaration of applicant. So again, wag na wag niyong kakalimutan maglagay ng signature at date. Again, hindi kami nag-upload ng digital signature at hindi rin kami nag-print out. Tinype lang namin yung pangalan namin, full name namin in blue font color. Yun yung ginawa namin as a signature sa part na to. And then, by the way, nandito na tayo sa last page, page 8 of 8. And then next is interpreter declaration. Mag-fill out lang kayo dito kung kailangan nyo ng interpreter. Pero kung hindi naman, hindi nyo kailangan ng interpreter para ma-fill out ang form na to, pwede nyo siyang i-leave as blank. Then, tingnan natin. Ayan. Basahin nyo lang pong mabuti yung disclosure regarding sa pagpo-provide ng information sa IRCC at iba pang government agency ng Canada in relation to the declaration ng relationship nyo as a couple or as a married couple. Ayan po mga kabayan, natapos na yung pag-fill out natin ng 8 pages ng IMM 5532. Since tapos na natin i-fill out yung form IMM 5532, ready na po kayong i-upload yung document dito sa Permanent Residence Portal. I-click nyo lang po yung upload and makikita nyo na dito yung uploaded file nyo. And lalagyan nyo lang po ng tamang file name para hindi kayo malilito at hindi rin malito yung official na magre-review ng inyong document. Ang nilagay ko dito is yung aking last name and first name and then yung pangalan ng form which is the IMM 532. Yung E is I believe for electronic. Automatic yun yung pangalan ng form once din-download nyo. Paalala lang mga kabayan sa mga common mistake na kailangan nating iwasan, kagaya ng hindi match yung mga dates sa ibang forms, kulang yung relationship timeline, meron tayong mga incomplete answers, iwasan natin yan. At lalong-lalong iwasan natin mag-copy-paste ng generic relationship story, lalo na ngayon na lagi tayong gumagamit or madalas na tayong gumamit ng AI kagaya ng ChatGPT or Gemini. So, iwasan natin gumawa ng copy-paste. Kailangan yung tunay na story nyo, relationship story. And kailangan lahat ng sinasabi natin sa document na to ay magkaroon ng supporting documents. So, iwasan natin may sinabi tayo and wala naman tayong supporting documents for that. Halimbawa, sinabi natin kasal tayo pero wala tayong marriage certificate. So, iwasan natin yon. And iwasan din natin magkaiba yung sagot ng sponsor at applicant. Sana mga kabayan nakatulong sa inyo ang video na ito tungkol sa pag-fill out ng Form IMM 5532 or yung Relationship Information and Sponsorship Evaluation Form. And nakikiusap po ulit ako na sana huwag niyong kalimutang mag-subscribe, i-like ang video natin at pwede niyo rin pong i-share sa inyong kaibigan, kamag-anak o katrabaho na nag-a-apply din po ng PR sponsorship via Permanent Residence Portal. Maraming salamat po at good luck po sa ating lahat na nag-a-apply ng PR. Ingat po tayo.